Howdy friends, it's Morgan Wagoner here, ready for this week's WOW, Word of Wellness. This week's word is so important that it is becoming the foundation of my work, and it is something that you will, just being more mindful of it, will increase in your life, and that is focus. And it's so important to be able to fully maximize the present. And y'all, as much as I love forward thinking and anticipating the future and planning and dreaming and all of those things, many of you know I had a life-threatening delivery of my second son about 4 years ago. And more than anything else, that taught me to be present in the moment and to maximize the right now, okay? Because that's all we're guaranteed. You never know what could happen 5 minutes from now when I walk out of here, what could happen. So in order to fully be present in the moment, to live fully and to live in the moment, we need to be present. And how do we do that? We focus. Focus is a huge concept, but I broke it down into teeny tiny steps for you to be able to apply in every aspect. It's the beginning of the new year. Many of you are working on all different kinds of goals. So my prayer is that this serves you in being able to reach your goals every day, not just this year, but every single day. So the first step is to make a choice, to choose to focus. You know, they say multitasking is a myth. And I believe it because I'm the queen of multitasking, and I have seen in different stages and phases of my life where it has been a destructive pattern. So choose to focus right here in the present, to focus on one thing. Second of all, connect to whatever it is. Connect to it. Make eye contact with that person sitting across from you. Lean in. Be an affirming listener. Engage. Ask questions about what you're hearing. Ask for more explanation. Physically, leaning in, giving them energy. I cannot tell you how many times I used to be the training director at Chick-fil-A, and I would go out into the dining room to connect with people, and people were here. You know what I'm talking about. Here, not paying attention to me or anyone else, even the person sitting across from them. Maybe it's their child, maybe it's their spouse. And so what I started doing is I'd go up and tap them on the shoulder and say, "Are y'all texting each other?" And then I'd either get a smile and a laugh or a glare like, "That's not funny." But anywho, a side note, focus, focus, focus. Connect with whatever, your project, your task, your spouse, your family. Engage. Give them energy. Look into their soul and see them. Don't just look at them and be thinking of something else and be glazed over. Even as I give that example, right? You can see it in my eyes. Third, calibrate. So we're human. We're going to get distracted. We're going to get off the path. My high school students, when I taught high school, used to say, you know, they would love for me to get on a rabbit trail, and they wouldn't tell me because they loved it that I would tell a crazy story instead of, you know, teaching Spanish. They loved that. But when I realized that would happen and I'd be going down this rabbit trail, we'd stop and we'd calibrate. We'd come back to the focus. And as long as we realize, first of all, we've got to realize that we're getting off the path and then make the adjustment. And yes, that's hard. It is hard to focus, but you are worth the effort. Vale la pena. You're worth the effort to come back to focus, and everyone around you will benefit from it. So calibrate, make those adjustments, get back to the focus, and then continue. It's a practice. When we come back, we've got to release the judgment, release the negative self-talk, releasing the pain that maybe getting distracted has caused. Have some grace for yourself. Have some grace, come back, just like when we're practicing meditation. The great way to practice and strengthen your focus? Meditation. It's not a word to be afraid of. All that means is focusing intently on one thing. So obviously very related to what we're doing. We're talking about meditation in life, right? Being mindful of when we get off and bringing our focus back to center, back on target, whatever it is we're focusing on. Doing so with grace, letting go of the judgment, and continuing the practice. We're not human. We're not perfect. We are practicing this. When we go off, we bring it right back with grace. We focus, we start to go, we calibrate, and we come back. It's an ongoing practice, continuing grace, okay? Would you join with me this week as we really, really practice our focus? It's hard, but you're worth it. I'm worth it. We are worth it. So let's do this. I invite you to check out my website, WagonerWellness.com, and I think you're already on my email list if you're getting this video, but please feel free to share it and check it out. More cool training stuff coming soon. I look forward to seeing you next week. Abundant blessings. Peace out. Warrior Wagoner.